Gervonta Davis is looking to make his return to the ring this year, and a fight between Gervonta and Conor Benn looks like it's going to be happening in April. A lot of fans have been speculating what Gervonta's next big plan is, and one boxing page stated Gervonta's next fight will be in the USA and more likely in Las Vegas. Gervonta shut this rumor down and hinted at other big moves though, and he stated, "Lul, you think you have the answer, but you don't. You need to stay in your place and be a boxing page. That's what's wrong with y'all now. Everybody want to do someone else's job when they're not even good at their own." On top of that, the country of Saudi Arabia has developed an interest in hosting a fight with Gervonta Davis, and they stated, "I want Davis and I send a message now from you to Al Heyman. Let's do a job together, brother." Davis, of course we want him in our country. Gervonta responded by demanding some pretty big incentives if he was going to take a fight in Saudi. Gervonta stated, "They made me mad. If they want me, they gotta send me something to my front door, like 2 Ferraris or something. Like before I even think about going over there." His Excellency Turki al-Sheikh didn't find the comment to be plausible, and he sent his own counteroffer. He stated, "I heard in the media Davis said, 'Send me 2 Ferraris to play in Saudi Arabia.' I said to him, 'We will send you 2 gloves if you want to play in Saudi Arabia. That's it.'" Sergio Mora really believes Gervonta isn't fighting the best fighters he could be facing though, and he stated, "Davis isn't fighting the best. In my opinion, Gervonta Davis, although a fantastic fighter, isn't battling the true warriors of the boxing world." Tim Bradley feels like Gervonta has to start taking on top guys in his division if he's going to start making waves again.
In the position that a lot of these guys are in. I would love to see Tank face one of the top guys out there. Tank can sell out of the arena, no matter who he fight. He pick a cab driver up off the street, and put him in the ring with Tank. And, he'll beat him, he'll sell out the arena. I just want to see how good Tank really is, with another real one, like himself. Can he handle that? Will we see it? I don't know. I don't know when we see it. It won't be anytime soon, I don't think. But I think eventually we will, depending on how things go with all these other guys. I mean, the contracts, right now they don't have a home right now. You know what I mean? They're looking for a home. I mean, there's a lot of guys that, Shakur's at the end of his contract soon, I believe. So you just never know where these guys end up. The fight for retention, the fight with Crawford and Spence didn't get made until Crawford, was a free agent.
Last one.
And last thing I'm going to say on that is that if the fighter wants to make the fight happen, he has that power to do that, man. So I understand Tank is sitting back and he's sitting back in the cut and he's letting everybody make decisions for himself. But if he wants to prove that he's the best, he needs to fight one of these top guys.
Leonard Ellerby even made a hint that Gervonta would be making some pretty big moves soon, and he shut down any rumors about Frank Martin being Gervonta's next opponent. Leonard stated, "Tank is going to decide who he's fighting, and when he decides that, he'll make an announcement. Tank's the boss, and he'll be fighting soon. Frank Martin can't beat Tank Davis. None of these guys can beat Tank Davis, so I wouldn't use the word live dog. Frank's a good-ass fighter, but he can't beat Tank though." Naim De Jesus didn't really feel like Frank was ready for someone like Gervonta either.
I don't think Frank Martin ready. Just like when I said Frank Martin wasn't ready for Shakur, that's a payday, yeah, but it's also a big jump in competition.
You want payday?
Yeah, that's a big jump in competition. You know what I mean? And I just don't think like skill level, like levels is. I don't think he's ready. But it's a good look for Tank if he getting ready to fight. Oh, Frank Martin?
Frank and Tank, yeah.
But like money wise, I don't think that's really big, nothing crazy. No, but people might just pay to see who see Tank. But it do give him some type of like I said, it's a good
undefeated
look.
guy,
Yeah.
Southpaw. Tank gets criticism for never fighting black fighters.
Yeah, and he's slick. So that's what I'm saying. It's a good look for him to get ready for a Devin or Shakur. So he's a slick fighter. You get to see how he looking there with somebody slick, and he can shut up some naysayers. So it's kind of a good look, but then people might not give him credit because they're gonna say Frank Martin is a 28-year-old prospect. I mean,
Decision stoppage order.
I think it's a stoppage, yeah. I don't think it will go past 8 because I seen Frank Martin in his was it his last fight? He fought. I mean, no discredit to him, but he fought some dude that really supposed to be fighting at 140. He fought him at 135.
Yeah, no, I
They
told
say
you.
he had like a lackluster performance.
Yeah.
But from what I see, I just feel as though the due power made him a little bit uncomfortable. And I seen certain things that I was like, nah, I think Tank is quick home.
Meanwhile, Ryan Garcia wants a fair rematch, and he really believes that he can overcome Gervonta if the conditions were right this time around.
I'm gonna beat this guy, this guy, this guy. I'm gonna get so big that Gervonta has to fight me. And we're gonna do it on the right and fair terms. This is how fair I am. Although I'm gonna be bigger than them, which I am, I'm gonna be a fair, honest man in the new negotiations, and we're gonna do it right, and I'm gonna beat him, and then we're gonna just solidify that, and it's gonna be all good. That's what's gonna happen. Mark my words. And we're gonna do it the right way, on the right terms, and fair.
You and him.
Yeah, even though he did me dirty, and they did all these tricks, I'm gonna do everything fair, and from not a rehydration clause next go around. I'm not gonna make him go crazy up in weight. But we could do it at 140 or 147, whatever he wants. And then we're gonna do it fair. No rehydration clause. You don't have to do this. You don't have to do that. We do drug testing. We do all that. But you're never gonna play me again. Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, shame on you. Fool me 3 times, fuck the peace sign. I'm gonna let the chopper rain on you. I'm coming back for everything. I'm coming back in blood. When Jesus comes back, he's coming back with blood on his robe from the enemies. I'm coming back like that. So now you know how I'm coming back. I'm not fucking around. I'm really like that. They're going to fuck around and find out. You know the meme? The little old man's like, fuck around, find out. That's me right now. Fuck around and find out.
Roy Jones Jr. thought that there would be a logical way to make a fight between Gervonta and Devin Haney, and he stated, "Honestly, I think it's fair at 140. Tank has already fought at 140. If you're going to do it at 140. Everybody wants to get their advantages, and Haney gets pretty big, so everybody wants to take advantage of every opportunity that they can. To me, like I said, if anybody wants to fight anybody, go talk to Turki Al-Sheikh, and Turki Al-Sheikh will make it happen. If I was fighting right now, I would go to Turki Al-Sheikh and say I want him, but he won't fight me unless you pay him the kind of money he thinks he deserves. So if Turki Al-Sheikh says, yeah, he wants that fight, let's make it happen. That's the way you do it. I don't know, you pick them. Both are very good fighters. Both have a very high IQ. It's a great fight the world deserves to see at 140. Oscar De La Hoya is expecting Gervonta to make some pretty big moves in the division this year though, and he stated, he beat Ryan in a big event, a big PPV blockbuster, and I think Tank has to go after our world champion. I don't know if he's a world champion now, so maybe he has to unify. Maybe Tank should fight in a unification at lightweight. Yeah, a unification would be great, but obviously fighting the top dogs, the best of the best, and it's in him. Tank Davis is a beast. He's an amazing fighter. I have no doubt he'll want to go in there against the very best. Gervonta decided to start a lot of drama with Conor Benn after Conor's last fight with Pete Dobson, and Gervonta stated, "No, funny, the way you looked last night. Give me 3 weeks and a weekend in Turks and your ass is grass, you hear me?" Conor Benn told Gervonta that he needed to send Gervonta a fight offer before he changed his mind, and Conor stated, "Don't be all talk either, you little shrimp. Eddie Hearn, drop the Munchkin a DM and get this fight made next. I'm sure he'll screenshot the conversation anyway, so we'll see who's full of shit. See you soon." Greg Hackett really thinks that Gervonta would knock out Conor Benn if they actually met in the ring.
I mean, this boxing, so it could happen, but Tank will not come out 7th round, something like that. It'll be like when you know about boxing, like when you know about pedigrees in boxing, like, and you know about punching power. If a motherfucker hit you right, you're gonna go out. It don't matter the weight class. If they got natural power, Tank one of those guys that got natural power. Conor Benn is one of those guys who's going to naturally make a mistake. So there you go. Recipe for disaster. I got him knocking Conor Benn out.
Rob Acosta spoke about the possible fight, and the Devin Haney fans who believe Gervonta is talking about taking a fight with Conor Benn to keep from having to fight Devin.
I can see why they frustrated, for sure. 100%. I mean, it doesn't look good that you turn turn the tables, or I would say you turn away from Dev, and then decide to go with Conor Benn, which is an easier fight than Dev. But again, it could be a numerous of things. It could be manager, it could be promoter, it could be anything. So I don't know. If the fight is in Saudi Arabia, let's just say, that's money. You know what I mean? Like they getting a different kind of money. So I guess it really does depend. Then Eddie Hearn, you know, even though Eddie Hearn might be saying what he's saying about Conor Benn this, Conor Benn that, he probably setting Conor Benn up. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's move on to the next. I don't know. I can completely understand a Devin Haney fan being upset with the fact that Tank will avoid fighting Dev to fight Conor.
Eddie Hearn seems to want to set Conor Benn up for great success though, and Eddie stated, "We want to position him for a world title. We need to get that lingering problem out of his head. Let's get that done. I want to give him the biggest fight I can in the UK. This guy has a big future in British boxing." Eddie recognized that Conor Benn is a big name to call out right now though, and Eddie stated, "Is there anyone between 140 and 160 pounds who doesn't want to fight Conor Benn? Whole world calling his name. Big fight next." According to Eddie, he's definitely talking to Gervonta about the details surrounding a possible fight.
Yeah, lots of talks with Gervonta Davis. I mean, firstly, those two going back and forth, and you know, I've spoken to Gervonta personally, and he'll be receiving an offer from us today for that fight as well. I think it's a huge fight. Could happen in the UK, but we're looking, I think, in America for that.
When Conor Benn called out Gervonta one more time, Gervonta responded by saying, "Relax, let me and your boss work. We got it." If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe and check out some of our other videos on the screen right now.